Luffy's final hockey is the answer to unlimited energy. Oda has yet again dropped a banger, with all our predictions for this arc finally being confirmed. From number 1, the ancient kingdom had access to infinite energy. Number 2, Vegapunk joining Luffy's crew. Number 3, Monkey D. Dragon after 22 years is finally entering the chat. And number 4, Luffy versus Rob Lucci, round 2. Let's go! Yep, that's right. Vegapunk, in his attempts to uncover the ancient kingdom's unlimited source of energy, has put him on Imusama's hit list. So for the world to be ushered into the new dawn, Luffy, as fated, is here to make sure that this big brain doesn't die and get isekai'd into a new world. To be honest, that doesn't actually sound too bad.
Do you want to experience peak isekai gaming? You want to go to a medieval world and build a team of powerful heroes to take on others and climb the ranks? Well, thanks to Refantasia, Charm and Conquer, you can do exactly that. Oh yeah, you heard that right. Nothing is quite as satisfying as leveling up your heroes and training your troops to take on others. It's engaging, strategic, and time flies by thanks to the idle mobile RPG style of gameplay. But fighting alone is kind of dead, you know what I mean? So spice things up a bit. Add some ooh la la to your gameplay and create love stories as you go, resulting in a web of super cool marriages. You got elves, bestians, fairies, demons, even goddesses. So need I say more? Awesome art and character design, check. Hot waifus you can have babies with, check. A download link in the description and pinned comment that helps support the channel, check. And by using the code on your screen right now, you can enjoy awesome rewards. Now, back to the video.
Chapter 1068 kicks off with the CP0 being denied entry to Egghead Island. Kaku, to slither in, complains about the long journey they had, and now all he wants is a nice hot cup of tea. As a tea lover myself, I can't disagree. However, Vegapunk ain't buying it, stating over the radio that G14's base is nearby, so just go there. Now this is a huge foreshadowing to G14's coming involvement. Remember, Vice Admiral Doll and Swords member Prince Grus were just recently introduced. This is also of course where Tashigi is, and you know what that means, right? Zoro is finally getting his waifu back. Vegapunk was helping de-gigantify the kids Caesar experimented on, so there should be some sort of mutual respect between them. Also, Swords, including G5, are brazen enough to follow through with their own sense of justice, ignoring orders even from the covert government. But realizing they ain't welcomed, Robert Lucci starts accusing Vegapunk of killing, or at least imprisoning, Sniper Paul agents over the last 2 months, as multiple voyages to the island have resulted in no one returning. This of course all could be lies, but there's also the possibility that the hit for Vegapunk had been going on for a while. Subsequently, he dealt with it accordingly with his insane technology. However, Lilith's reaction makes us doubt the whole claim, as she takes this as a grievous insult, saying they would never attack Sniper Paul, and to prove their innocence, she even suggests they'll open the ports so they can investigate. Now what are you doing? But before she can even follow through, Punk 4 intervenes, rejecting any entry. Vegapunk knows CP0 is sent to kill him and all his clones, so they ain't taking any chances. Knowing that they can't bullshit their way in, Lucci prepares to abandon ship and infiltrate the island directly by flying through it, using the Kuma model Seraphim S-Bear. Earlier in chapter 1062, Lucci referred to this model as a problem child, giving the impression that something was wrong with it, like possibly not following orders to the T. However, now logically that wouldn't make any sense. Why would they bring this killer machine if it's having issues to a mission where its creator is the target? This then gives us the alternate understanding. Lucci was referring to Kuma himself being a problem child. Remember, Kuma gave a lot of trouble to the government throughout his days as a king, then revolutionary army member, and then of course a warlord. The chapter transitions to the revolutionaries' new army base, where Kuma is still seen running at top speed as everyone questions where is he going. Well, we all already know, right? No. What? the heck? You haven't hit that notification and missed our video? Come on guys, don't be silly willies and ding that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. But the reason Kuma is running is due to Vegapunk's call to action. It can't be a coincidence. The moment Shaka declared to prepare war, Kuma acted up. After being modified extensively, Kuma's personality was shown to be removed, leaving him no different than a mindless pacifista. However, Kuma had done it willingly, and we predicted that he convinced Vegapunk because he had a plan. We already seen Kuma follow through a pre-instruction he had told Vegapunk to program in him, like defending Sunny during the 2-year time skip. So Kuma being called back when the time required it must have also been programmed in a similar fashion. Kuma's original personality could still be intact, but overall within Vegapunk's punk records, essentially in his own mind. And though Kuma has become a cyborg, he's still part human, who is very much alive. We know this because of his devil fruit. If Kuma had died, his devil fruit would have also left him. Chapter 1068 confirms our theory because Kuma uses his pawpaw fruit to pop away. Yep, my guy runs a marathon before he realizes he can do that. Now, just for clarity's sake, this ability ain't really teleportation. Rather, it's more like propelling at an insane speed. So Kuma arriving to his destination might take some time, but this leaves everyone, including Dragon, in shock. This whole situation, along with Vegapunk having Dragon as a hotline blinking, telling him he thinks he's gonna die soon, might just give us the biggest father-son reunion. If there's any better time for Dragon to meet Luffy, it would be now. However, sadly, unless Dragon can also fly faster than a jet, I can't see him reaching before all the action. Kamabaka Kingdom is located in the first half of the Grand Line, so yeah. We cut back to Luffy at Egghead scrapyard, bewildered by Vegapunk's request to take him off the island. Luffy is confused as to why he would want to leave his lab. Vegapunk responds saying he's broke, he doesn't have money, and help to continue his research. He's so big brain, but without money, nothing. He can't do nothing. This poor man then explains his dream of creating a world with science, a world where energy is flowing all over the entire planet for free. This is insane. We literally predicted this, along with adding the notion of the new age consisting of a world with internet, a place where all knowledge could be stored and not controlled. And what is Luffy's reaction for all of this? Yeah, he doesn't care. Luffy, now even more bewildered, wonders how this could even help anyone. Living in the sea made him forget that not everything is fueled by cola. Jinbei, on the other hand, makes a great assertion, saying that such technology and resource will be the seed for war. This is, of course, Oda's nod to the black gold in our own world. Oil! Yep, the war against Iraq, proxy wars and assassination to keep the petrodollar up. I mean, if I keep talking, I might enter Imusama's hit list myself.
Yes.
But Vegapunk laments his frustration at the idiocy of human nature and says that he can feel all the energy around him, that it's just waiting to be harnessed and converted into physical visible power that would wipe out the possibility of war entirely. In respect to our world, this would be akin to natural reusable energy we can generate from wind, ocean and even the sun. However, the big oil companies in our own world would go bankrupt, losing control of power if energy was abundant and available for free. So they would never let that happen. Likewise, the world of One Piece, the great leader who's all about control of the masses and subjugation, would never want freedom of energy, which could effectively fuel other things like weapons and means for travel. This would subsequently topple any oligarchy. Vegapunk is thinking of all the good it can do for everyone, which of course ties into Luffy's dream of a party with the whole world, and Vegapunk could be the link he needs to make it possible. But again, Luffy is, he obviously isn't intelligent enough to decipher this and just sees it as a noble pursuit. Luffy repeats what he said in Fishman Island. He thinks making everyone happy is good, but he doesn't want to be a hero and share his meat. However, little does he know that he he holds the power to infinite energy, the source that Vegapunk himself is looking for. The importance of Joy Boy and the Gomu Gomu no Mi, the sun god Nika fruit. It literally represents the sun, an infinite source of energy. Luffy's ability to stretch is not a coincidence, and against this fight with Kaido, his awakening has shown he can stretch everything, including photons and packet of energy like he did with the lightning bolt. But it doesn't stop there. As I said, I believe he can stretch out his own Haki, which in itself is a form of energy, meaning Luffy's devil fruit and Haki is the missing piece to the puzzle of the ancient kingdom's lost technology. For further evidence, we know that Oda used real life characters as the foundation for Vegapunk and his clones. And I'm here to tell you there was one more. Nikola Tesla. One of his most famous ideas and invention was the Tesla coil. This was supposedly the first known system that could wirelessly transmit electricity. Yes, my guy was thinking of 5G before his time. Tesla theorized that electricity could be transmitted wirelessly through the air at long distance, either via a series of strategically positioned towers or hopping across a system of suspended balloons. But what's even crazier is that this idea wasn't just based on Tesla's approach. Rather, it goes back, way back to the ancient times, even in our own world. Yes, back in ancient Egypt, it has also been theorized that the pyramids were conductors of energy that collected and distributed powers all across Egypt. However, the main source for this technology had gone missing. Do you see where I'm going with this? The ancient kingdom is where this technology lies, as confirmed by Vegapunk in this chapter, and the main source for this energy dissipated and was lost throughout time. However, apart from Luffy's devil fruit, I believe there was another component, which is in the hands of Imsama, which she must have stolen from the ancient kingdom after winning the war. How else would you explain Uranus being powered to a degree to blast an entire country off the earth? It literally was obliterated into nothingness. Imsama is all about control, restriction of freedom. However, Vegapunk picked up the mantle of the ancient civilization, making Imsama very nervous about this power of the ancient kingdom resurfacing, wanting Vegapunk dead. This theory is reinforced in this chapter, with Vegapunk saying that finding the power source from the Void Century is close, and boy is he right, cause it's right next to him. It's Luffy! But seriously, his nature as a scientist requires him to find it. He is puzzled for the first time, wondering what he would find in the course of inheriting his friend's will. The friend being Professor Clover, who journeyed the world in the past, and now Vegapunk wants to follow in his footsteps, completing his journey and understand the truth of the world. Suddenly there's a huge explosion nearby, which Vegapunk deduces yet is CP0. This, weirdly enough, is the first time Luffy hears about CP0, even though, you know, he was killed or at least put near death by Kaido due to the direct involvement of one of their agents. But as Vegapunk breaks down who they are, we move to their infiltration. Punk 01 or Shaka takes charge and orders to evacuate all researchers and workers. Like a chess player, Shaka positions Atlas back to the labo phase where the CP0 agents are. Furthermore, he orders the rest of the Seraphims to prepare for battle. We're talking S-Snake, which we know is Boa Hancock, S-Hawk, which is Mihawk, and then S-Shark, being Jinbei. Shaka puts them directly under the charge of Santamara? What is he doing here? Now, if you guys forgot who he is, just think back to the sad time when Luffy got smacked up, whacked up, and sent flying. This monk-looking punk was in charge of the pacifistas during Shabodi Archipelago and the Great Summit War. Sentomaru is now the bodyguard of Vegapunk and is in command of the Marine Science Unit. And though I see him as the last person to ignore orders from the Marine higher-ups, we might actually get to see this guy fight alongside Luffy and the Straw Hats. Meanwhile, we go back to old man Vegapunk's request from Luffy. Jinbei points out that him leaving the island and his disappearance will most likely be a worldwide major incident. But Luffy cares less about that. Rather, Luffy says yes and agrees to Vegapunk joining his ship. Why? Well, all because he has a funny head. Upon the captain's approval, Vegapunk decides to pack his belongings, requesting Luffy to take Bonnie and meet him on the lab base above the clouds, as the place they're currently at will soon become a battlefield. Saying this, Vegapunk pops away. This time, it's actually teleportation. Yep, Vegapunk has invented technology allowing him to warp through space-time. Our theory on Luffy's Gear 6 awakening stretching the fabric of space and time doesn't seem so stupid now, does it? Not too far away, the CP0 agents are confronted by the holographic dragon, but the take from this is Kaku's reaction. He states if not a sea monster, it must be a space monster. Though completely incorrect, this in itself shows that Vegapunk is aware of the calamities that exist in space, possibly even the space pirates that Eneru had met on the moon. Using his Tempest kick, Kaku tries to damage the monster, only for it to be revealed as a hologram by Stussy. Yes, Stussy, one of the attendees at Big Mom's party, a former underground mafia emperor, informs Lucci that Vegapunk's lab is quite nostalgic, hinting at some sort of relationship between her and Vegapunk. Stussy, being his former attendee or assistant, might be the case, as her detail to knowledge is something to note. Knowing Vegapunk would be located at the top in the lab phase, Kaku decides to skywalk straight to him, but Stussy explains that the two lines on the clouds act as sensors. If an enemy crosses it, they will be blasted by lasers, which we see as Kaku is sent flying back down, looking like an overcooked crispy fried chicken. Immediately, Atlas reveals herself and preemptively charges towards the CP0 agents. Shaka tells her to wait as she's no match for them, but it was too late. Atlas charges her Ultra Mighty Punch, only for Lucci to use his Rokugan to completely destroy her, even to Kaku's shock, realizing that they are here to show no mercy. Atlas, Punk 04 is dead. What? Oh, wait, no, never mind. Lucci confirms she is still breathing. Sorry guys, my mistake. Close by, Luffy and his group are seen making their way to the scene, with the objective to get to the top by using a vacuum rocket. But finally, after 650 chapters, to both their confusion, Luffy is met by Pigeon Guy. Yes, it's about time, ladies and gentlemen. Luffy vs Lucci's rematch is about to begin. But wait, Rob Lucci was beaten by pre-Gear 5 pre-time skip Luffy, so there's no way Lucci stands a chance against him now. Well, at that time, Lucci was a part of CP9, an already hidden organization amongst Cyberpol, but this time he's in CP0, which is directly under the command of the Celestial Dragons and the Gorosei. Going from 9 to 0 obviously boosted his power by 10, if not 100. Okay, but seriously, CP0 only selects the strongest handful members amongst Cyberpol, and before this he was hunted down, so he must have shown how strong he is to be recognized as the strongest. Lucci must have gone through his own training arc that we don't even know about. Remember, though he's talented, he is still a prideful agent. Losing to Luffy must have snapped his mind, activating his own awakening. I'm pretty sure he will even thank Luffy, saying how he needed this to push him to his limits, and now he has achieved his full form, a form that no other form can. Alright guys, let me know what you guys think. Let us know in the comment section down below. In the meantime, check out this video on the screen that explains in detail what Vegapunk's unlimited energy source could actually be. Trust me, you're in for a surprise.